Yeah, weird we had that policy and still a dispatcher got knocked up by one of our classmates. Crazy.
He's having to pay those to Jesus. But
So,
like,
well,
if it's,
I don't think he's gonna meet Jesus.
Yes, it's right.
I don't think he's on the.
He won't
He's
get
not
past,
on that highway.
He won't get past there. I had the universal key to the city, which was my foot. When Sergeant Gray said we could do this without flashbangs and everything
You're right.
in the previous episode,
you're right.
maybe it's because they're this high speed, low drag.
I guess so. They don't need SWAT at LAPD when Nolan's there.
What's going on, Internet? And welcome to another Officers React here on Only Cops. Today, we're going to be looking at yet another rookie episode. We are on Season 1, Episode 5. Hopefully, this is an interesting clip for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Oh, very quick.
Is he getting jealous?
Hey, hypothetically, if a neighborhood cat has been killed and the owners contact the authorities, will you investigate?
Did you kill a cat?
I told you the cat's hypothetical.
Did you kill anything non-hypothetical? Hey! You're free! You don't have to run.
Interesting. Someone should look into Jeffrey Dahmer Jr.
No kidding.
Hey guys, where's your friend?
He ran out of ammo.
Bet you crime's afoot.
Uh-oh. He fell in the pool.
Your body cam doesn't auto kick on. Shout out to this guy though for getting after it.
Ours did if you ran fast enough.
I wonder.
Mine kicked on. Oh yeah, take him to the hero.
CPR doesn't require a gun. CPR requires chest compressions.
He tapped him.
Good job, Antonio.
What? That's par for the course. You gotta do hero stuff, and everybody's happy with FD in the news about it.
That's fine.
You don't. Again, you're saving the kid's life, and that's the important part of it. I will say this: I guess maybe somebody in the comments can correct us on medical training. The little mouthpiece was fine. That's typically used, but like chest compressions, I feel like might be what
Normally?
expels water. Unless I'm wrong, somebody please correct me if I'm incorrect. But if water has been inhaled, you have to then.
Because essentially all they were doing was pumping
Pump
air in, right?
Maybe they consulted
So how did
somebody.
the water come out?
Maybe I'm wrong, but I was taught chest compressions. So
Yeah.
Whatever. Chen already rebounding with a firefighter, no less.
Hey, good choice, girl.
That is a good choice.
If I'd made that choice, I'd probably still be a firefighter instead of on YouTube.
That's true.
Listen, everyone knows what today is. I just want to say that Team Bradford is going to dominate once again.
Yeah, not this year, Blondie.
Dominate what?
The Roundup. Happens every year when the rookies are a month into the job. The TO sponsor a competition for the most felony arrests in one shift.
Sounds like fun. What?
We were both there when pub trivia almost got violent.
I like a little healthy competition.
Are you kidding? You're cutthroat and relentless, which I respect.
All right, settle down. I think I didn't see you up in my spot, Bradford. So I am aware that today is the day where our TO units compete for most arrests.
They just call them TO
Under no
units.
circumstance does the
Teaching
department
officers.
endorse
Not
this.
training
Or
officers.
training
Meaning,
officers, yeah.
I don't want to hear about your points or strategy. Am I clear, Officer Bradford?
Yes, sir. This job isn't about winning. It's about good policing and teamwork. Win at any cost.
Sergeant Gray just
He said he doesn't want to hear about it, which
True.
is different than saying
That
no
is
to.
true.
The scoring is like football.
7 points for a felony arrest, 3 points for a misdemeanor, and we focus on quality over quantity.
But misdemeanors would be faster to get the arrest done.
I'm trying to think if I had to do like a PI arrest versus like a strangulation call.
Yeah.
Like just
You're talking an hour versus 4.
Yeah.
Because
Especially
also
if there's packets and
felonies usually require injury, right?
Yep.
So you go into the hospital?
Yep.
How long are you going to spend at the hospital? Misdemeanors, dude, you can knock out some misdemeanors.
Fast.
Quick. How many points for a ticket?
I think also, even if it was just one, you just be like, and then you could get 7 points.
Yeah, easily.
Traffic. So
easily.
So the problem I have with it in general is it shouldn't be a game. It should be based on whether or not you feel that the enforcement action is going to be pertinent to the situation.
Also, why are they making it so easy to sound so easy to find felonies?
Yeah, felonies are very hard to find. Typically, because again, the threshold for a felony, elements of the offense for the uninitiated are going to be what has to occur for it to actually be a criminal act, right? So like being rude in public isn't a criminal act. It makes you look like an asshole, you know, but like it's not a criminal act unless it's causing a disturbance, it's a threat that causes somebody to have fear of serious bodily injury. Like there has to be certain criteria that it elicits a large police response, something like that. There's going to be specific things in the law or in penal code for whichever state that you're in that are going to make it a criminal offense. Felonies, like somebody's likely having to get hurt, there's going to have to be some sort of weapon being used. There has to be specifics for the crime, so like a vehicle burglary or burglary of a building or even
Robbery.
a habitation. It's like I can't just steal something. It has to be from someone directly if it's robbery.
Yeah.
Or from a building that's not public access or something like. Because even shoplifting's not commercial burglary, because I didn't have to force entry to do it.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think, like, felonies weren't that common.
Yeah, I mean, unless it was like a repeat DWI or something weird like that, or so like. Anyways, you're not ignoring felonies normally, so you're not going to have any more felonious opportunities unless you're doing interdiction and you're looking for drugs.
Yeah, like, how are you going to start your shift?
Yeah.
Looking for more felonies.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. It's like
So
you should be prioritizing that anyways.
Yeah. Are your eyes closed around other felonies?
So I find it odd. I think also, like I said, discretion shouldn't be getting used to win a competition. Discretion should be used whether or not it's like an effective or appropriate thing for the cause. To modify or change behavior is the whole idea behind discretion. So I'm sure this actually happens in places like LAPD, but I don't think it should happen.
There's no way they just came up with this on their own.
No. Yeah, this is definitely a thing, but is kind of a semi-toxic thing. But I don't know. Keith's over there like, whatever. We did this every Tuesday. He goes, the 90s were a different time.
Now.
Hey.
Oh.
Look at you.
Oh.
Glowing. What's your secret?
I hiked Malibu Creek yesterday. You should try it. Good for the soul.
I bet. Listen, I saw this at the bookstore yesterday. Thought of you.
That is so sweet. Oh my gosh, Kilimanjaro. I have been dying to go someday.
You will. Hey, so listen, as calls come in that sound like felony arrests, can you send them to us? And not over the radio.
That would qualify as favoritism. So.
But I am your favorite. Come on, for me.
Isn't that cheating?
So,
You know how you know this show's fake?
I was about to say there's one glaring...
She's missing about 200 pounds of weight.
I was gonna say. There's a trend. This is a very sedentary job where you don't get to move for long periods of time. It's also a high-stress environment, so cortisol levels go up, things of that nature.
And when your desk is covered in candies and soda...
That being said, we actually had a policy against police officers going into the dispatch room. A, because of conduct unbecoming conduct that was totally happening at the time, but also...
yeah, weird we had that policy, and still a dispatcher got knocked up by one of our classmates. Crazy.
So what I'm getting at is, of relationships that are professionally bifurcated for a reason, call take is definitely one of them. It's a reason why oftentimes, too, you can't have, like for nepotism reasons, like you're not going to have your brother, if you're in the same department, on the same shift or part of the same chain of command. You're not going to have your significant other be responsible for who goes to what calls, because let's say it's a shooting in progress or a high-risk call. I shouldn't be dictating based off of who I like on who gets to go to that. It's who's that. That's why we have beat responsibilities. That's why you have areas of operation for that. You don't want to be like, well, I like him and I want him to get off on time for our date, so I'm going to send a different officer to this unresponsive single driver in the middle of an intersection that's totally a DWI at the end of the shift. Like, you're supposed to treat those with a layer of respect and not have favoritism. She actually brought that up, that there's a reason why there's a lot of policies in place for that. That being said, the reverse will happen, where if you are, we actually did this, we would get to ride two man, that just to clear the board, we would send messages to dispatch and say, hey, send me that call, even if it was out of my beat or out of my responsibility. Dispatch tends to prefer officers that were a lot more enthusiastic about actually working their calls and not sitting on them and things of that nature. So when the random DWI that was in nobody's beat that was there was going to get dispatched to somebody, every once in a while, good faith work was rewarded by the people that control who gets dispatched to who doesn't.
Not that ever happened to us.
Never.
Nope.
Never once.
It never fell on the officer that was on admin for 8 of their 10 hours of the shift.
Never that.
They never missed lunch either, don't worry.
Never once. We'll keep going. We're not bitter.
7 Adam 7 shows code 6 on the wellness check.
14 points out the gate.
I'll never forgive LAPD for this.
No, but we got to keep the pressure on.
Radio
Bradford's
thing.
always got a trick or two up his sleeve.
You know, I hope our patient didn't come home and croak, or we'll get stuck here all day.
Wow, less than an hour into the competition and you're already exhibiting a visible lack of compassion.
I'm sorry. You're right.
That's why you don't do stupid
Extremely
competitions.
insensitive.
Exactly.
Police!
It's a nice
Mr.
palm
Walker?
tree.
Yeah?
Sir, are you okay? Your ER nurse said you left the hospital before you were discharged. She tried calling you, but you didn't answer.
Oh,
They don't do that.
I'm sorry. I was
Maybe in
feeling
California.
better, and that hospital food, you know, it's just so awful.
No, you just
So
sign
I came
an
home
AMA.
for some leftovers. Can you please tell her thank you from me for checking up on me?
Yeah, sure thing. Hope you feel better, sir.
Thank you.
Also, here's my suicide note.
Right.
Okay, sweet. He's fine, and we can get back out there.
He's definitely not fine.
Yeah.
What?
He was lying to us.
About what?
I don't know, but he was clearly nervous. You were so ready to move on, you missed it.
Good job, T.O.
Maybe you should be like the other one and not participate. Damn.
Is he selling? Plainview. It's my name on all these
Stealing
prescriptions, I
opioids from the
promise.
hospital is a felony, Mr. Walker.
I'm just making ends meet. You know how hard it is living a fixed income?
My grandparents moved into a townhouse. Just saying. There's options.
Oh, they're at 21 points.
I swear, if he wins, I quit.
They got
We're done watching the movie.
handed that one.
We're taking cell phone pictures now?
That's saucy.
Why do you
Yeah,
have to
bro.
throw it like that? You just hit a home run? Backflip?
It's gonna be a write-up for sure.
Is he gonna grab him and they're gonna jump off together onto the pillow?
This is a write-up for sure.
Hey there! You got something against Ganja Garden or just science in general?
Think this funny? You know, 5 years ago, I got pulled over with an
He was
ounce
on
of
One
weed in
Tree
my
Hill.
An ounce. I couldn't afford no lawyer, so the public defender made me take a deal. 5 years I sat in that box, man. And you mean to tell me all these little Silver Lake hipster kids, they could just walk around vaping like it's nothing?
I can see why you're frustrated.
Don't patronize me, man. Because it was a cop just like you that put me in that box. You know, my
5
mom
years
died
for
while I
less
was
than an
inside.
Yeah. And now weed's legal. In a lot.
Now, every time I fill out a job application, I gotta put down felony.
Okay, look, what happened to you was wrong. Okay, but this is just gonna make it worse, right? Come on, let's get down from here.
Okay.
Nice. They stole this from me for what?
Yeah.
It's just the other way
Dude,
around.
that thing's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, old man tore his AC joint. Never been there.
So I guess assault on a peace officer?
I guess. It's a felony. They got 7 points.
They're down 14 for those keeping score at home. Oftentimes you deal with jumpers. We deal this with the people that are trying to jump as opposed to just spray paint. We actually have a policy where you get like a safety rope attached to your belt. I never was cool enough to use anything like that. Most of my jumpers were committed, so they were gone before I got there. But they do have policy for that to avoid that, or I guess you can do the lethal weapon thing.
But also, how are they going to get him off?
Yourself. I don't know how they would have. I guess like a crane or something.
I mean, that was going to be the outcome, right?
Yeah, no matter what, you're probably just shoving him, making sure he lands.
Like, are you going to try and talk him into climbing down, and then while he's on the ladder, he just jumps off the side where there's no inflatable?
Yeah, there's no... I guess you're right. I guess you would just take the most... There's an athletics check, and he's got to go and grab the dude and jump for the inflatable. Also, falling on an inflatable at that distance can absolutely hurt if you land on it wrong. Not normal policing. Definitely a write-up.
But they did get a felony, so...
Yeah. Did indeed. That guy was just complaining about being a felon. Now he's a violent felon.
True.
Officer Nolan, is there a reason you're walking with an OG lean?
Oh, no, I just, my right shoulder's just a little tingly.
Because I don't remember telling you to climb up there and remove the suspect, and you don't put yourself in a high-risk situation without my say-so.
Right, I just had a slight miscommunication with that firefighter.
Is that right? Is that the same guy who asked me about a hot rookie named Lucy?
You too? God, that guy's a piece of work.
Is that why you ignored proper protocol and climbed up there? Or was it the competition?
Okay, look, you told me to stop dating Lucy, and I did. And you told me I couldn't compete. Haven't I earned a slightly longer leash with you?
No. And after what happened out there, it's clear you don't deserve one.
They've only been in training for a month, right?
A whole month. You've been a police officer for a whole month. Well, I guess, to be fair, again, this is Officer Nolan.
Well, all right.
This is the SEAL Team 6 of cops.
But, like, I didn't get a long leash until C phase, so...
Even then,
3 months
it's
in...
as long a leash as a training officer is going to give you.
Nolan and Talia are on the board.
Damn it, call now. Put her on speaker.
Hey, babe.
Hello?
Hey, it's Officer Bradford. You haven't forgotten about me, have you?
No, of course not. We've been a little slow.
Oh, there it goes.
We just got a 911 call. DUI hit and run, teenage pedestrian injured, black 528I, last seen eastbound on Melrose.
Perfect. Attach us to that, please. And Nell, you're the best.
7 Item 15, we have a noise complaint at the Eaton Company Lofts, number 501.
We're gonna shut this down. No cowboy stuff, understood?
Yes, ma'am, you've been very clear.
Really?
Dude,
Is that why
these
you're in a
calls
group text
suck.
about the score? You can't
If you
keep
could
secrets
even
from
get
your
into the
officer,
building.
Nolan. I thought we established that, so stop trying.
Yes, ma'am.
LAPD, open up, Mr. Ascari.
Come in, just give me a second.
Open up!
Can I help you?
We got a noise complaint. You've been playing loud music for hours.
Sorry, just blowing off a little steam. My office is next door. I stay here when I work late. We were just having a little fun. No harm in that, right?
Depends on what kind of fun you're having. Just give us a moment. I do believe he's paying these ladies.
What's the point?
Well, shouldn't we arrest them for prostitution?
With what evidence? Cite the guy for noise, identify the girls, we'll pass it on to Vice.
Wise.
Hey, Mr. Scari, I'm just going to need a little bit of information.
She's just trying to avoid the competition, I think.
Hello? Officer Bishop. We have a gun.
Oh,
Do you have a permit for
old
this weapon, sir?
Ruger, like
A friend gave it to me.
Why do you pick it up without gloves on?
That's a felony weapon possession.
Everybody get dressed. We're taking Peter for a ride. You all paid up with the girls?
Nice try.
Almost had him.
almost had it. I mean, you might as well. I guess if you're taking them, you might as well do due diligence there.
I mean, if you're gonna take him, you could very easily ask them, but I
Yeah.
guess they probably would say no.
I'd be like, he's my friend. He paid for my college.
Yeah, sugar daddy status.
Yeah, we're in an open polyamorous relationship,
Right.
and he gives me salary.
Don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's technically OnlyFans. I guess that's a retainer for nudes, I guess. So, if you're a grimy grifter of a dude having a party in your house, probably keep your firearms concealed when LAPD shows up. Or if you're in California, probably just don't own firearms, unfortunately. But,
or don't live in California.
There's that. The weather's nice, though.
Is that worth communism?
Visit. Just visit. You know?
I guess.
Rush is nice in the summertime. So, anyways, it's a plain view felony. And even she couldn't say anything no about that, though it's not a violent offense. It's going to be.
I love how they're going to win and she didn't want to participate.
I will say this, though. Them actually walking, the door was left open, so them actually walking in for a loud noise complaint isn't unreasonable because it was open access. But there could be some iffiness about that potentially being forced entry if they had no intention on like writing a citation or anything like that. The second the door opens, just because he didn't shut it, the fact.
Well, she did say write the noise citation.
Yeah.
So they were gonna do that. Like they were gonna identify everyone.
Yeah.
I'm still a little iffy on just walking through the open door just because he walked away. But
that's kind of what I mean. Had he shut that door or tried to shut the door, and they try to prevent him from shutting it, then it's forced entry on a noise complaint. That'd be a little sussy, but this is California. Rules don't apply.
Yeah. What's your point?
She likes you.
She's doing me a favor. That's all. I'm married, Officer Chen. This isn't something you and I talk about. Keep your eyes peeled for our DUI.
Yes, sir.
There it is.
There.
7 out of 19 DUI suspects
So easy to
cited,
find.
heading east on Melrose. 7 out of 19 turning north onto Serrano.
Whoa.
Let's go, Boot. He might try and run. LAPD, hands!
Don't move. Show us your hands.
Whoa.
This is a first.
Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere.
7 out of 19 DUI suspect crashed at Melrose in Serrano. Need ambulance and fire. Code 3.
They go code 3 everywhere. So, ambulance and fire, anytime they're dispatched, it's always considered an emergency. So their engines do not turn on unless I'm pretty sure with the second they turn the key, it's just an automatic setting for them. But unless they're going to the grocery store. Typically.
Or to get it washed.
Yeah, that's right.
Or if they're going to
like hot yoga,
the little night out. They probably do Zumba, okay?
Zumba. They got enough room. They just move the truck out of the garage.
Yeah, they bring in a Zumba instructor and then take bets on.
Do you imagine working that loud noise complaint?
What bunk she's gonna sleep in. Anyways,
we're not bitter. They're gonna come the second you request them. They're gonna come code 3. I get why they said it, because if you're asking for like law enforcement response, you would ask for code 3 if you needed them there in a hurry or to step it up or whatever terminology you want to use. But yeah, that's now a medical emergency. There is a criminal element to this in that he was driving pretty erratically, but finding intox factors on someone that's that injured is going to be hard. You're not going to get SFSTs. So I would need to see like
open container.
I was going to say open container or paraphernalia.
Smell it on his breath.
Yeah, or something like that.
Which they probably could have when he was talking there. But
it's a little harder to articulate.
All you're going to do is write the warrant.
Yep.
Like
it's the only thing you can really do at that point is to write the warrant.
But you're also going to be on this for hours.
Yep. Because then you have to write the warrant, fax it to the judge. The judge has to
if he
read
doesn't
it.
die.
Yeah. Which is a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Because then it's an in custody death, technically, if you're there.
Well, and they were in pursuit of him when he crashed.
Yep.
So
yeah. So then
good luck.
Crash investigators are going to come out. Now your crash report. Well, they probably take the crash report if crash investigators came out.
Yeah. Especially with it being a death.
But you got to wait, and they got to get out from under their office and over to you. So
yeah,
that's going to take a minute.
They have to put their shoes on.
Yeah. Make sure the uniform still fits. What's he going to do with that?
Sir, just hang in there. The ambulance is here now.
Should I pull it out?
No, don't.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna cut this pipe. 3, 2.
Interesting.
Under no circumstances whatsoever.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney present during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. Do you understand each of these rights?
Yes, sir.
Now, you're required to provide a chemical sample if suspected of driving while impaired. You can choose between blood, breath, or urine. A refusal will result in the immediate suspension of your license for a minimum of a year.
Yeah.
We need to get him to surgery.
No, not before I get my blood draw. 21 gauge vial.
Can't this wait? He's obviously just...
What? Huh? He's dying? This guy got drunk and hit a kid with this car, maybe killed him. If we wait, his blood alcohol will return to normal and we'll lose a crucial piece of evidence.
Are you sure this has nothing to do with the 7-point felony arrest?
Look, there's a
Criminals get hurt all the time
child.
during a crime. They don't get special treatment if they get a boo-boo. Understood?
Yes, sir.
But, okay, hear me out. I understand, yes, maybe he's going to get a DUI. Is the aggravated assault of hitting the kid...
Like as a hit and run,
not
causing injury?
Not high enough.
That's a felony as it is, yeah.
So what, you're going to try and stack the DUI on there?
Is that 7 more points? I don't know how their scoring system counts.
I'm not worried about the competition. I'm just
No,
saying
I'm teasing.
This is kind of stupid.
So I think part of it's going to be...
And also if he dies, then he doesn't pay any consequences outside of dying.
Yeah. He's having to pay those to Jesus. But
So,
if it's...
I don't think he's going to meet Jesus.
Yes, sure.
I don't think he's on the...
He won't
he's
get
not
past,
on that highway.
He won't get past there.
I'm pretty sure if you die while driving drunk and hitting a child, your car is going the other way.
I could see where maybe... because it's a felony already. I don't understand
It's
where the blood
100%
draw...
a felony already.
I might understand them, him Mirandizing him because he's going to be taking him into custody and he might just have questions. But
Well, I think he did it to get the blood.
Yeah. But unless it's like an elevated...
It's a serious felony already.
But unless it's like they're giving them the option to give them the DWI aggravated assault, and then if they manage to kick that because of whatever reason, then they still have the regular... Like, they can plea it down to just regular...
I would be worried that they're going to plea it down because of the alcohol.
Yeah. And the way that it was administered, whether or not he was conscious enough to know that he was getting... There is implied consent if you're unconscious in that instance, so they wouldn't have to Mirandize you. They'd still have to write the warrant, but...
Also, never seen EMS do a DUI blood draw. But
never in my life.
Not saying that they can't, because they can definitely draw blood. But
now, the biggest, most egregious thing is him cutting that pipe.
Cutting that thing.
I'm handy enough to know that bolt cutter would not cut that pipe. It wouldn't open wide enough typically for that pipe.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's probably like an 1.5 inch, 2 inch wrought iron pipe.
Yeah, it's not cutting that. At least not in one cut. And every single bit of movement you do to that pipe is potentially causing injury.
Maybe him cutting the pipe killed him. Maybe the shifting.
You are not a medical professional. You do not have... The fire actually has to go and take vehicle extraction courses where they use like the jaws of life and all that fancy stuff. But they're also coming at it with a certain degree of medical knowledge that you do not have as a
also probably
police
would have
officer.
stabilized him and the pipe
Prior
before they
to
cut it. Yeah.
Yep. So, you're unless the car's on fire and that's what you have to do to get them
Just
out.
to get them out.
Yeah, then that's probably the only set of circumstances where you're doing something like that for them. If not, you're leaving them in the car. Because there's some liability on injury happening to the individual, especially with like neck and back injuries.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, like again, unless it was on fire, you weren't getting pulled out.
Impalement, like you don't know what kind of internal injuries that thing's doing.
Yeah.
This is why competitions are stupid.
Yeah, we had the actually had our chaplain. He was doing a ride along with me on mids, and we had an accident on 360. And so I jump out and do whatever, and 4 people had already pulled the guy out of the car. And so they pulled him out, and I was like, kind of looking at his legs that weren't moving at all. And so I was like, well, let's stop moving him. I waited for fire or whatever. So fire takes him to the he got hit. And so it was just a regular accident. So I was working the accident.
Oh, he got hit?
Yeah,
Like in
so
an
he
accident?
got rear-ended, yeah. So the rear ending happens, and it was a bad one because it happened on 360, so it was bad.
Yeah.
And they get to the hospital, they realized he was paralyzed from the waist down, and that he had been extracted from the vehicle.
Yeah.
And immediately I had a sergeant calling me like, was your body cam on? I said, yes. Did you pull him out of the vehicle? I said, no. And he was like, thank God.
Oof.
Because now there's the questionable liability about whether or not the
and
paralysis.
Like good Samaritans aren't going to get
No, yeah, but
messed
from
with. But
as a
you
trained,
could've.
I was going to say, as a trained professional, they're going to say they're not necessarily suing me. They're going to sue the city, who's got money.
Yeah.
And so you have to think about whether or not you have the expertise to know whether or not you're able to move somebody, unless there's some sort of exigency, and in that case, you would be covered by qualified immunity.
Calling our 7 points.
It would have been 7
7 either
points
way.
regardless.
There must be some way we could work this out.
Bribery?
Are you offering us a bribe?
Everyone knows the cops are underpaid.
Yeah, don't look at me. I don't pay rent and I live right by the ocean.
Mr. Ascar, you're already facing 1 felony. You want to add to those charges?
No. Let's just get this over with.
Officer Bishop, Captain wants to see you in the bullpen.
Start processing him. I'll be back.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna need your shoes and your socks.
At least they let him get dressed.
Yeah.
I know that look. I mean, I've never been caught in a room full of hookers with a gun before, but I can clearly see you are not looking forward to the phone call to your wife.
My wife's the least of my problems.
What does that mean?
News travels quick in my line of work.
And what line of work is that?
Banking.
You know that guy?
Yeah. He's the lawyer. I mean, my lawyer.
Article 849B authorizes peace officers to release arrested persons from custody due to insufficient grounds to file a complaint against said person.
Conceal and carry permit. Signed by Judge Sather.
How'd you even know he was arrested? Did one of his hookers call you?
Who called me is not your concern. You have no right to hold my client, so release him immediately.
Interesting.
You can stop printing him. Suspect's attorney has provided a permit for the weapon.
He has?
Is that a problem? Do you not want to go?
No. I mean, yes.
Can you take him to his lawyer?
So that would not disqualify your probable cause. You're still probably going to book them in on the charge, and they're going to have the judge kick it. You wouldn't be kicking it there at the station.
Yeah, I don't get that at all.
Also, the issue date on that CHL, let's say he didn't have one, the issue date, though I don't believe in permission slips for needing to have a gun, I will say that when they are issued in states where they're issued, the date would have had to supersede the arrest.
Which,
it would
by this shady business, it probably did.
Yeah, but it's like posted. They also should be able to check a state database
for something
to
like
see that it's in there. And for a judge, for a crooked judge in a crooked county to fix all of that on the paperwork side would be complicated. Because there still has to be someone to input it. I don't know that I'm releasing this guy just right then and there.
Well, if your captain tells you to.
If your captain tells you to do it, you're going to do it. But I'm saying, like, without a judge being the one that kicks it, that's weird.
Yeah.
Shady attorneys.
Let's see what happens to the banker.
I'm in money laundering, is what I meant to say.
If he had a permit for the gun, why not just tell us back at the apartment?
I doubt he had one an hour ago.
Can you get a permit that fast?
No.
If you know the
not
right
in-
people.
Not in
Usually
California.
when a fancy lawyer shows up with the same day permit, there's usually a link to organized crime.
Yep.
You had the big fish, little fish conversation yet?
No.
Only big fish, little fish I'm familiar with are Dr. Seuss related.
This is not that. There is a hierarchy in the street, just like there is in here. Patrol are the foot soldiers.
Little fish.
Dealing with the other guy's foot soldiers. The bigger their fish, the higher up the ladder you have to go. Mr. Ascari is clearly connected to a big fish who has the juice to get that kind of permit.
In no universe do I let this guy go.
What are you going to hold him on, though? His lawyer's there.
Yeah.
With the permit.
Man.
His lawyer is going to file a complaint or, I don't know, do something, you know?
Yeah, I just find the whole thing sassy. I'm sure that's how things actually go, but I think I would feel very uncomfortable being a police officer in a place where
Would you let him go and try and follow him?
Oh, dude, something. Yeah, something. Like, it's so that, like, my thing is if I'm running into things that are organized crime like that, then that's when people complain about why don't you go stop real crime, that's real crime happening in front of you. You have people that are able to fix charges.
You have him ID'd, right? So you're going to pass that along to
Vice or whatever.
Vice, or even like an alphabet agency task force.
That's probably true.
Something like
I guess
that.
you're right. If you don't have the resources, and I guess you got to go take cats out of trees and stuff, you might as well. But that's weird. I never experienced anything close to that level of corruption. I definitely saw like small town politics. I ran into that every once in a while where people might get
do you know who I am?
Yeah, or like resources allocated to something that I saw was kind of
Yeah.
not important because the right people,
Like
on
the city council
Yeah.
men and women neighborhood. They wanted
not to name
close
names.
patrols. Never saw that.
But y'all shady. I saw that, but never like someone's just getting it. Now it does happen.
Oh.
If you guys go check out our Thursday streams when we complain about body cams, it absolutely happens there. But yeah, it's not happening.
Like when your chief shows up drunk on your traffic stop.
Yeah. Maybe LAPD be weird like that.
Damn it, Billy.
Damn it, Billy.
Do I need to be worried that your mood is going to affect our chances in this competition?
I'm fine.
Because I've won this 5 years and counting.
Yeah, I get it. I won't let you down.
You're clear what happened earlier with our DUI, right? That wasn't about score. It's about making sure that guy sees the inside of a cell.
Yeah, it's just,
How are you off that call already?
it's hard when he's the one that's bleeding out in front of you.
Understood. But it's our job to always maintain perspective.
I really wish a firefighter would hold me right now.
So we just got a call about an armored car robbery. Suspects were seen wearing ski masks on Wilshire and Robertson.
Hot damn, we're back in it.
So, what call is he going to if it's not being dispatched?
Yeah. In no universe.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. I mean, there's no point in shooting back at the armored car.
I was about to say the same thing.
What happened?
There's a safety feature in armored cars that allows drivers to escape to the back under fire. They're now locked in a bulletproof fortress, and we're going to be here all day trying to get them out.
That's what you get.
7 out of 19 shots fired.
You're
Suspects
done.
barricaded. Requesting
You're done
SWAT.
for the day.
I'll call the armored car company. They should have a master key.
It'll take them hours to get here. Hours where Lopez and Talia are running up the score on us.
What's wrong with her
I'm
barrel?
more interested in that than in us getting lit up by the guys in the truck. What happened to maintaining perspective?
You know, save the psychoanalysis for Christmas dinner with the folks. Okay, my perspective is spot on. I want to win and put these guys behind bars.
Yeah, I do too, but they're not going down without a fight. We need backup.
And I called for it, which is what they expect us to do. But they think we'll stay here all day and wait for them, which means their guard will be down.
Oh boy. I've never met a single officer that's that calm after annoyance. You got to get two at LAPD. One of which has been a cop for a month.
He's going to pull out his crowbar. He's going to pry open the armored car.
I didn't have any extraction tools like this.
Why would you?
I had the universal key to the city, which was my foot. That's all I had. Which didn't work very well, just to let you know.
No, not at all.
It still hurts from trying to work poorly. Yeah, you're probably not approaching this. These guys are armed and...
Bulletproof. You're not going to get in with us.
I don't need to get in. I need them to come out.
They're armed and barricaded.
She's pointed at the danger area, you know? You'd be definitely taking rounds for that.
Just that pepper spray.
Your finger's getting shot off for sure. You're for sure getting shot here.
Why are they acting like that was CS gangs?
That wouldn't have happened.
There's literally a stream of pepper spray.
Felony carjacking, armed robbery, attempted murder. That's 14 more points.
In no universe.
That was one of the worst, fakest, most dramatized things I've ever seen.
So,
OC is a stream of like oily liquid.
It's not like
it's
an
not
aerosol.
A gas. It's not an aerosol.
Yeah. The other issue I have too is like
all it would have done is like made a mess on the floor.
Yep.
And maybe have smelled a little bit.
Yeah, it would have been like going into like an authentic like Thai restaurant in the kitchen.
But they're acting like they just got sprayed in the face.
Yeah.
And
So-
even then
maybe in this universe, right? He pries the thing open. They're like, "I wonder what they're doing," and put their face right in front of him.
Yeah, but even then,
the first guy gets sprayed.
Are you going to come out
and the
just because of that?
Yeah, and the second guy's like, "Oh, I wonder what he saw," and stuck his face right there.
It's like a glory hole, and they both got hit by the dick. Took an eye out.
Yep, that's the only set of circumstances.
That would have been more believable if he unzipped his pants and
yeah.
stuck it through the hole.
I think
this show.
If you were going to do something like that, maybe taking a road flare and sticking it in there might have made a little bit more sense.
That'd have been tough too, though.
Yeah, and maybe I don't know.
You'd have to light it and then
just whoop
get it through. I guess.
I'd be nervous about getting shot the second I stuck my hand anywhere near that
Yeah.
thing. Because that's all I would. If I was on the inside, I'd just be shooting out.
Yeah, like they didn't hear you prying off the little filter.
It's top 3 at least, and most unrealistic things I've seen so far. A, them getting shot at and just being like, I gotta win this competition.
But also, like, what are you gonna say now? Like, oh, they came out and I pepper sprayed them. Don't worry about that SWAT call.
Yeah, just cancel
Also,
that.
we were just in a shooting, but let us go back to the street to
You're
finish
done.
our competition.
Yeah, you're done with your 21 points there.
I know who the banker's big fish is. Vigo Petrov, high-ranking member of the Odessa Mafia.
The Russian mob?
They're responsible for heroin, money laundering, prostitution.
How does Peter connect?
DA suspects that he's Petrov's money launderer.
Explains why they
That's
sent
banking.
him so quickly.
Yep.
Petrov can't risk Peter getting chatty when faced with jail time.
DA was actually pissed that we let him go so quickly. They thought I should be holding on to him for the full 24 hours the law allows.
Crazy.
Told him I don't do business that way.
How'd that go over?
As well as you can imagine.
You don't do business that way, even though you could have
held him,
kept a criminal in
Lucy
jail.
just got 14 more points. We need to get back out there.
I feel like salty or sweet.
Did you hear what I said?
Wow.
Relax. We're still in the lead. There's only a few more hours left in our shift.
Teams lose when they play safe.
They also lose when they abandon the fundamentals. I rushed through a few arrests when I played as a rookie and they got bounced. I learned the hard way that guns blazing isn't a good mode for this line of work.
Does it mean we're not going to try and win this thing?
It means we need to win it the right way. Is that a problem?
No, ma'am.
Good answer.
Have I talked to my field training officer like that?
Yeah, they're way too brave at this point. But also,
shout out to my
he thinks he's untouchable because of his last name.
I mean, the heinous shit he's gotten away with, he is effectively untouchable.
I'm with you.
He's part of the police mob.
Yeah.
Where just the rules don't apply to you, and random lawyers show up and are like, he didn't fail to act. He's great. He does great police. She's right though. It doesn't matter if you take someone to jail if the charge doesn't stick. And if anything, it opens you up for civil liability for violating their constitutional rights.
We never knew any officers like that.
Nope, not one. Not one in particular.
Where the hell are we supposed to go?
Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to calm down a bit.
Ma'am, what's going on?
We need beds. We slept on the street last night, but it's not safe. I'm sorry. I wish we could help, but we have no empty beds.
And state law prohibits us from accepting any more people.
Hi there, little guy. I'm John. You look cold. Are you feeling cold? Okay, hang on a sec. I'll be right back.
Did you tell her about other shelters in the area?
Yes, but they've already been turned away, the ones nearby.
All right. Here you go. This will help a little. That'll warm you up.
With it being a mom and a child, there's probably
a couple.
The department probably has a shelter for someone like that in that situation.
The only other downside, and this just kind of tells you how complicated civics work is, oftentimes you'll have resources like this, but it's only available if they're victims of a crime.
True. Like domestic violence.
Yep. So you have like what they call them women's shelters. But in a lot of these instances, you're going to look at county resources outside of just city resources. And typically, the further away you get from population centers, the more availability you have on those, just because there's less people using those. Urbanization, in general, you get to a point of critical mass where just like you'll never be able to fully facilitate the needs of those citizens. It doesn't matter how much you tax the people that are there and put those resources there. They're going to get abused or they're going to get fully saturated anytime you see an economic dip. I'm sure nobody knows what that feels like now.
Can you give us a list of all the city shelters? We're going to start making some calls.
Okay.
Done this before.
Mm-hmm.
For double checking.
No, I get it. Yes, thank you.
Those are the last ones.
What about taking them out of the city to give them a ride?
No.
Why can't you?
Sadly, there's nothing more we can do. I'm sorry, but we couldn't find you a place to sleep tonight.
I'm so sorry.
Buy her a hotel room, Nolan.
Yeah, step up. You don't pay rent.
Yeah, I was just about to say. They're right by a hotel.
This is why I don't play.
Good for her.
Good for her.
He's going to see the Barclay Hotel sign.
Mm-hmm.
Do it, Nolan.
Do it.
No, maybe not.
He's like, you can't save them all.
It's true.
This is the big issue with very, very big. Again, LA would be a humongous urban area.
Well, 60,000 homeless.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But yeah, it would probably take easily. And again, that there is a law enforcement objective here in the sense that they're trying to prevent. They're the most likely to be victimized by something, right? And then eventually, you also got to think about. Let's say if there is, like, let's say it gets particularly cold, or just a second. That inclement weather doesn't happen in LA, but if it were to happen, you're now having to deal with a welfare check. Which, if you don't solve the problem now, you're going to have to solve the problem later. It's trying to find resources for people like this. Oftentimes, we would do this all the time. Even I took people to train stations, or would take people to just areas where they could hang out.
Yeah, Josh wanted them to get out of the city.
That was most of it, yeah. But it's safer most of the time to not be in the city versus in other places. But providing resources in this specific, multiple times we've had to do that, or even just taking them to places where they can get those services rendered.
7 out of 15, homeowner called about a possible intruder, 71 Holmby Avenue.
7 out of 15, copy.
Oh.
What?
Our banker, Peter Ascari, he's the homeowner.
7 out of 15, be advised that call was just canceled. Homeowner reported it was a raccoon.
7 out of 15, copy.
You buying that?
What?
Our mob banker, who was clearly freaked out over being arrested, calls 911 about an intruder the same night. I'm just saying, what if it wasn't a raccoon?
You think he called again under duress?
I think it's worth taking a look.
Big fish, little fish, Officer Nolan.
If it turns out to be something, we'll call in the big fish. Which is who again exactly?
SWAT.
Yes. And SWAT doesn't come out on a hunch.
Also, you're not going to just get to cancel a call that you thought was a home intruder.
So, also, welfare checks, any kind, whether it's a
I think
residential
911 hang-up is probably the only one that you could get away with. And even then...
You're still probably getting somebody.
You're still probably getting dispatched.
Yeah. But this is also Shady McShadesville.
True.
Seems quiet.
Heard you attached to a false alarm. Figured something big might be up.
How'd you hear that? Did you bribe dispatch again?
Again?
Just thought you might need some backup. Unless you're too focused on getting all the points for yourself.
We're not playing.
Well, then you won't mind us tagging along.
Have a game face, Chen. Goodness. Could you imagine?
No.
Wait, no, I can't imagine. Because we worked with that. You remember Valentine's Day?
Oh.
2021?
Oh. Oh, boy.
Have a game face, dude. You're getting paid to be on duty. There's no need for this emotional turmoil.
Yeah.
I get it if you saw something traumatic and you're having an event, but like, bro, like, keep it for off-duty time, man. Like,
Yep.
And
My
since
goodness.
when did Exxon become a sponsor for this?
They've always had Exxon.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Are they always given the watermark?
What's wrong with his gun, though? His
Yeah,
gun looks
it's
see-through.
weird. It is kind of weird. It's probably, no, I think it's just a reflection on the beaver tail. It's
Is
like,
it?
see those light source coming from the top of it? It's like a
Okay.
reflection.
All right, I'll
Yeah,
give you that.
Shut up. Hey, look at that.
I'll give you that, I guess.
See, it went away.
Yeah.
They slit her throat.
The raccoon did that.
7 out of 15 requesting SWAT for a hostage situation. 1 dead, code 3.
Nope. You got exigency. You ain't waiting for nothing.
Guys, we can't wait.
Oh, talk about a sketchy entry.
His wife at any moment. We need to go in now.
So what, we're going stealth?
Going stealth.
Upstairs or downstairs?
We'll take upstairs.
How are you going to get in? You think the door's just open?
I think the raccoons let them in.
Oh, the door's just open.
Get your crowbar, too.
Oh, see him.
Yeah. Oh, see him through the window.
Works on ready or not.
No. Wait. You have to believe me. Wait.
We've got to get in there.
We will. You just need 10 minutes to get into place.
Look, could he do it more casually? Also, why did his gun ever get put up in this instance?
They climbed up.
Thank you,
apparently.
Chen, for having the emotional fortitude to get over your break.
Ah!
Is somebody else in the house?
Hey, chick.
Go check again.
Good job, Chen.
Good job, Chen.
Oh.
Oh, I for sure take, yeah. Wow.
Decent.
He went to dust training.
Decent, I guess. No. If he would have went to dust training, he would have went to heaven.
It's true. What is she doing? No.
I don't think so.
This is almost more unrealistic than the OCC.
Almost.
You know what? When Sergeant Gray said we could do this without flashbangs and everything
You're right.
in the previous
Yeah,
episode,
you're right.
Maybe it's because they're this high speed, low drag.
I guess so. They don't need SWAT at LAPD when Nolan's there.
Bro, also, like, that is the softest Russian mob people I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Well,
John Wick taught me that
that's
they
why
could do
they're in
better than
America.
that. That's right. Yeah, that's true.
They got kicked out of Russia because they couldn't hang.
Failed the KGB standards.
Yeah, so now they're
became
here.
American Russian
They're dealing
mob.
with the money launderer and his wife.
That's-
The soft Russians just beat women.
Yeah.
That's
We only on camera saw him punch the lady.
Yeah.
Maybe they did that for, I don't know, emotional, whatever.
I'm
Was
emotionally distraught.
Tasers don't work like that.
Nope. That gave him NMI from a dry stun.
Through a jacket.
Through a jacket, yeah.
Like, also, like,
He looked like he touched an electric outlet. and
random,
got just like
random Laura Croft dual
Oh,
wielding
yeah.
lady
Yeah.
getting pelted by 2 beanbags.
Well,
and
she
just
did shoot her in the
complying.
back of the head.
I
so
guess, dude.
maybe it knocked her out.
You would not approach people who have held mobsters at gunpoint and already killed people with less lethals.
Less lethal
yeah,
only. She
like,
didn't have lethal cover.
There's no way. There's no amount of plot armor in real life that exists to protect you from something like that. Also, nobody's doors are not that unsqueaky. They got really good maintenance in that. I don't know.
Good job, Chen.
You know what? It was Chen's distraction that made all this happen.
That's true.
You know what? Yeah.
Good for her.
Better than SWAT. Look at that. Literally, there's not a SWAT team on the planet that could have done that.
She was also better than SWAT in the SWAT episode.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
She is the SWAT team. Call Chen.
If anybody's actually on a SWAT team, you can laugh with us in the comment section.
Okay, how do we split up the points?
I told you.
I know. You're not playing, but we need to figure out how to split them up right.
It's not tricky. Just give him more.
Wait, are you guys trying to rig it so Tim wins?
No, why would we do that?
I don't know. This competition is clearly an emotional thing for him.
It's personal. When he was a rookie.
Oh boy.
Is it Isabel? I met her once. I know that they were rookies together before they got married.
Yeah. Yeah, and they loved the Roundup. They had an epic competition.
Do you really think holding on to this is what he needs? Maybe it's better for him to lose.
This contest is the one day a year feels connected to her. Do you really want to take that away?
Yeah, if it costs, like, innocent people's freedoms, then yes.
So wait a minute. Wait. So he already dated a rookie when he was a rookie and got married. And then she turned into a heroin addict. And now, because, spoiler alert, he's going to marry this rookie. We think that that's going to go well.
They're gonna
Again?
They're gonna emotionally connect on Universal Enforcement Day. Universal make everything a felony day. Like,
also, I love how that's how he connects one day out of the year with his heroin addict wife is when he's searching for felonies to win a competition.
Not like a picture.
Is this the day that did she go find like a huge drug bust, and this was the day that she got addicted to heroin because they were on
this is weird, dude.
felony day?
This is weird.
Oh man. Okay.
This is weird. Was this policing in the 90s, Keith?
No, sir.
Just no, sir.
You are my favorite.
Look, now, I should tell you, I'm married.
Whoa, did he hit her with "I'm married"?
Yep.
Yeah. It's complicated.
Yeah, felony day was kind of weird. Or Roundup day or whatever they called it.
Whatever they called it.
Kind of weird. Shout out to Tim for being honest, I guess, after the fact about being married to a heroin addict. He left that part out. But
He only used it so he could get out of anything with that.
he got out of buying the drink.
Yeah. That's the only reason he said that.
That's extra.
He didn't
scummy.
say it because he actually like is faithful in his marriage, because he's gonna bang Chen. So it was just because he used that girl and he wanted to get out of it.
Oh, Tim is so scummy.
Yeah, he's slimy, dude.
Be better, Tim.
He's like creeping up for Officer Worst.
Yeah.
He's getting.
Yeah.
We're getting close. Because he did some really dumb shit in this episode.
The cutting of the pipe, pretty heinous.
The blood draw?
The blood draw was a little sketchy.
On an already felony?
Yep. Hey, because I guess he did math. He's like, maybe it's worth double for the... Is it per chart? We still don't know how the scoring system works. They even said it is fuzzy math. It's like, we're police officers. We're just dumb
He was
cops.
going to win no matter what, so...
So, like, why even do... I guess they're going through the motions of the company. Either way. Don't...
Also, why is everyone so worried about Tim's emotional state?
Yeah. That tells you how much of a liability Tim
No
is.
one's worried about Nolan's emotional state.
Exactly.
This dude's been on like 5 OIS and murders already.
And he got broken up with for a firefighter. Well, I guess not for a firefighter, but...
No, it's going to be for another cop.
For the scummiest of cops. I don't know. Y'all are killing us with these.
She's clearly got a type.
There's been some learning stuff in it. I guess if you guys want to see more of these, put it in the comment section below. If you guys want to check us out, we do go live twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 Central Standard Time. You guys can ask us questions live, and if you want to ask us questions anytime, you can join our Patreon. It's as low as $1 a month. Give you direct access to our Discord, which is where we do like movie night and stuff that I can't exactly always explain on YouTube.
Bonsai!
We do bonsai. So anyways, for the rest of you guys, we will see you on the next upload. Thank you for riding two-man with us. Peace.